Ladies and gentlemen, let's go back on the wagon of talking about Red Dead Online and its future and all that good stuff. Because recently, Rockstar obviously announced all those plans about what they're, wanting to do with Red Dead Online, what the future of it is. And, I'm kind of sitting here thinking, is it going to be enough? Because currently we are on month 2 of Red Dead Online's release, and so far we basically had one content update in the form of Gun Rush. Now, while I enjoy the game mode and I think it's a fun and a good mode, I do think that it's not really something that draws a lot of people back to Red Dead Online. I think the majority of players are looking for more PvE content, and it's mainly what people like to do. People like to hunt and basically do the exact same thing as it did in single player. While PvP is, as far as I can see, every time I play, there is, full lobbies and all this stuff still going on, so it's still relatively popular. A lot of times there is a lot of issues with the game. Every time I see hostile territory, I literally just want to shut off the game. There's a lot of things that are still wrong within the core PvP as well, and I'm hoping that within the next few updates they're going to address that as well. Because if they don't and they continue to have, the kind of spawns and the kind of general core gameplay, I guess, that is in the game, there's not really going to be much beneficial things to it whenever they're going to add new competitive modes. Because you can add a lot of new competitive modes like they say, but if they're going to be, just as quote-unquote terrible when it comes to spawns, it's not going to be a good time overall, and you're going to be stuck with the exact same issues that are currently going on within the showdown modes. And while announcing all this stuff is great, not really getting a timeline on when exactly we're going to be getting these things is also quite worrying. Having a little game mode that was already in the game and just simply, thrown out like, hey, here you go, and go play it, is fine. It's something new to do, but I don't think it was enough to really pull people back in. And if it was enough to pull you back in and you're actively playing Red Dead Online again, feel free to let me know in the comments, because I am curious to see what everyone thinks as about this whole updates things, and if it's gonna be enough for you to get pulled back in, or if it's gonna be too late and you're already like, what, I'm just gonna go and play something else. Now personally, I would like to go back to the old days of GTA Online, because if some of you might recall, if you are like a quote-unquote OG day one player, you can remember that the launch of GTA Online had a lot more content in it, and Red Dead Online, well, doesn't. It doesn't have as much missions, for example, because if you look at GTA Online's launch, there was a whole host of missions that you would unlock as you continue to go down to the ranks. As a low rank, you would spend a lot of time with Gerald and, our main man Simeon, of course, and as you got further and further, you start, unlocking other characters as well. Now, with Red Dead Online, obviously, you got, the whole story thing in the Land of Opportunities storyline. While that's cool, but there are currently only 8 missions, and personally, I was hoping that I was gonna be able to unlock more missions as I was ranking up, like I was doing in GTA Online back in the day. However, that was not the case, and I was relatively disappointed by that, because to me it didn't make any sense why there weren't all these missions already within the game. Now, I know a lot of people are going to argue, yeah, it's just a beta, but the beta really is something that is more to kind of shoot off the fact that if there are issues, they can just say, hey, it's a beta, we're actively fixing things. And there's probably a whole host of reasons why they're calling it a beta and not a fully fledged thing, and probably also because, they can then gradually add things and all that stuff and just kind of take their time, if that makes sense. But I feel like if they're going to be taking too much time, it's going to be too late. Now, having said that, going back again to GTA Online and its beginning and just basically all the DLCs that followed, with GTA Online, every DLC that came from Beach Bum all the way up until Heist, it was always like some clothing, some cars, maybe a gun or two, and that was it. It wasn't enough for players to be, drawn back into the game, and GTA Online was strongly declining in terms of the amount of players that were still actively playing it. And I'm hoping that Rockstar definitely has learned from that, because they are teasing more competitive modes and more things to do. Things to do is heavily needed within Red Dead Online, like I've discussed before, and I say many times. Not really getting a timeline on when exactly we can expect these things is in a way probably more like a PR move than anything else. What I'm really hoping is that whenever the next update drops, there's going to be a massive amount of content that is going to be able to be played. More stuff to explore and not tiny things like they used to do with GTA Online DLC back in the day. Because all those small things are probably going to pull people back for about a week or two, and then they're going to leave again. There needs to be more frequent kind of updates. Like if you look at GTA Online, for example, the recent Arena Wars mode just brought a whole new thing to it. Now, obviously, personally, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I know there's people out there who are really enjoying the game mode. Primarily because it was double cash and RP, but you get my point. Red Dead Online really needs something like the heist update did to GTA Online. That was the turning point of GTA Online, and it took a while as well. So I'm hoping that Rockstar is going to do the right thing and speed up that process. But up until then, we're just kind of stuck with, okay, what are we going to do? Are we going to give Red Dead Online another chance? Because I feel that Rockstar really has to, bring their A game when it comes to content, because if they don't, it's going to end up like GTA Online was doing at the start of all those DLCs. It really needs something like a big heist update or something that transforms the world into what we expected of Red Dead Online to be. Whenever I heard about Red Dead Online, I was immediately thinking, oh, it'd be fantastic if we could rob trains, if we could rob stores and banks, basically all those things that you love doing within single player. And as an outlaw in an outlaw game, I don't see why it was never in the game to begin with. If that was a thing and you were able to just go around and robbing things and all that stuff like that, I feel the game would have had a much better start. But having said all that, I do feel that Red Dead Online is able to bounce back from the state it's currently in. If you look at GTA Online, they were able to bounce back from that decline as well. So I'm thinking and hoping that Rockstar will definitely be able to pull back from what we're currently going through. All the game really needs is just a bit more PvE content and stuff that can be replayed. And one of the things that I personally think might actually be a really good driving force to bring players back into the game might even be event week. If you have double cash or 25% bonus or anything along those lines, some bonuses and some discounts on certain items and certain game modes would be a really good driving force to get people back. Because obviously, if you look at GTA Online and the way that's being handled, if there's double cash on biker contracts, for example, people are playing biker contracts with the masses. Double cash or bonuses or discounts drives people to go and play the game again. Obviously, if you're going to be doing double cash and stuff like that, there has to be stuff that you can actually buy and is worthwhile getting. So I do feel that if there is enough content again to purchase things and there's more things to buy, then double cash and all that sort of stuff is definitely something that they should really consider doing, because I feel that it will definitely also have a good impact on Red Dead Online if there's going to be more stuff like that added into the game as well. But with all that said and done, thank you also very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. And I'll see you all later.